Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and the media. Thank you very much for coming. Everyone, welcome to Scarborough, Agincourt, this great riding of Scarborough, Agincourt. My name is Aris Babikian. I am the official representative and elected representative of this riding. I would like to thank Minister Lecce, Minister of electrification and energy. I would like to thank also Minister Raymond Cho, Associate Minister Sam Oosterhoff for hosting us, coming today to this great riding to make an announcement. It is a privilege to join you today here in Scarborough, Agincourt to share exciting news about our government's commitment to affordability and energy saving for Ontario families. As part of our government's plan, we are focused on helping you save more money and reduce your energy bills. This is about ensuring energy remains affordable for everyone in Ontario. Under the previous Liberal government, energy bills skyrocketed by 300%, costing families nearly $1,000 more annually. Programs were limited to specific areas and electricity users, leaving many Ontarians out. Our government is taking a different approach, a pragmatic, inclusive, and affordable one to meet the needs of all Ontarians. At a time when affordability is a key concern, we are also addressing the burden caused by the federal Liberal government's carbon tax, which has increased costs for everything from heating homes to putting food on our table. Before I invite Minister Lecce to make this great announcement, I would like also to thank the partners of this institution here in Scarborough, Agincourt, John and Justin, for providing us the location to make this announcement. Thank you very much. And now I will turn it to Minister Lecce.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. It is absolutely wonderful to be with you. Happy New Year to you all. It's an honor to be joined by Mike Holmes, someone who we worked a little bit together back in the day under Prime Minister Harper when he launched the home renovation tax credit. So thank you for your leadership, for encouraging young Canadians to never give up hope of home ownership, as well as the importance of energy efficiency in their homes. I also want to give a warm shout out to my colleagues, to the local member, Provincial Parliament, MPP Aris Babikian. Merry Christmas to you, sir. And of course, thank you for your welcome and your leadership in this community in Scarborough. As well, Minister Raymond Cho is with us, and I know Minister Vijay Thanagaslam is also very pleased to be with us in spirit. Ryan is also with us, the Vice President of the Legislative Affairs and Communication of the CFIB. Thank you for your presence and continued advocacy for small businesses in this province and this country. As you all know, Ontario is growing, and so is our energy demand. And that's why we are embracing new technology, be it heat pumps, electric vehicles, as we allow and encourage businesses to expand. As our economy is electrifying at a record pace, it's a positive sign for our province, but it also comes with challenges on the horizon. Meeting this surging demand for energy requires proactive, bold solutions. But it also requires a focus, first and foremost, on ensuring energy remains affordable for our families and our small businesses. And that's exactly why from day one, we've been clear on our commitment to slash energy costs, creating an energy system that remains beneficial to the families of this province. It's why we're leveraging competitive procurements, including the largest in Ontario's history, to build new electricity generation. It's why we're expanding our nuclear fleet, which provides the low-cost, base-load, reliable power that our industries and people rely on every single day. And today it's why I'm here, to announce another key part of our government's all-of-the-above strategy to secure Ontario's affordable energy future. A major new initiative that empowers parents and seniors and small business owners and community leaders, gives them new ways to save money and reduce demand on the provincial grid. And that's why today I am pleased to announce the largest investment in energy efficiency in Ontario and Canadian history, $10.9 billion over the next 12 years to keep energy costs down. And that includes the new home renovation savings program. That's a huge increase from investments of the past, $900 million on average each year over the next 12 years. That is going to put money back into the pockets of everyday families. And that includes our anchor program, the Home Renovation Savings Program, which is going to put money back into families' pockets where we believe it belongs, especially in 2025, in a year where the federal Liberals will increase the carbon tax again. The contrast could not be more clear on our Premier's priority, saving families money. And with this new rebate, we're going to be covering up to 30% of your cost for energy efficiency upgrades. That could include upgrading windows and doors and insulation for better comfort and lower heating bills. It could include installing new air sealing and smart thermostats to reduce energy waste. It could be adopting heat pumps to replace older, less efficient systems, and it can also include rooftop solar panels or battery storage to generate and store power for families' homes. This new home renovation savings program launches on January 28th. But families can sign up starting today at saveonenergy.ca. That's www.saveonenergy.ca. We're going to expand this program later in 2025, adding rebates for energy efficiency appliances like refrigerators and freezers. But really what sets this program apart is its simplicity and its scope. Because unlike programs of the past, this rebate will be available to all homeowners, regardless of how they heat their homes. And families will receive a service commitment that all rebates must be paid on time within 60 days after a complete program application is approved. And the savings can be significant. I want to just give an example of a family spending, looking to keep themselves warm over the winter by upgrading their insulation, their windows and doors. They'd receive a rebate of up to $8,900 for insulation and $100 for every door, for every window that they will replace. Take, for example, a homeowner that invests $15,000 in a new heat pump. They could see a $4,500 rebate upfront while benefiting from an ongoing savings of up to 50% on their heating portion of the electricity bill, an upfront savings and a long-term savings on their bills. That's real progress for families across this province, and something I know that Mike can speak to more in a moment. But that's not all. We're also supporting our small businesses. We're launching a new stream of our Peak Perks program, which is already helping over 150,000 homeowners save money and energy. This new stream will be targeted to small businesses and provide financial incentives to lower energy that they're using during periods of peak demand. And we're expanding and continuing 12 other programs. That can include our highly popular business retrofit program, our energy affordability program, our remote First Nation energy efficiency program, and the list goes on. But not only are these programs going to help put more money in your pockets, it is also a crucial investment in the future of our grid. With greater pressure being placed on the province's grid, energy efficiency programs are an opportunity to mitigate demand without compromising affordability. In fact, this investment, this $10.9 billion investment, will help us avoid $23 billion in electricity systems costs. That means an overall savings to the ratepayer of this province of over $12 billion. That is more than $2 of savings for every dollar we invest. And because, as we know from the IESO, the Independent Electricity Systems Operators, Leslie will often remind me the cheapest generation to build is the generation we don't have to build at all. And that's an incredible feat. It shouldn't come as a surprise because our government has a vision, a clear vision for an affordable energy future. And we are steadily working towards that end. But we're going to need to do more than just save energy. We're going to need to generate net new energy as well. And we've laid the groundwork to build net new power plants in our province to secure the baseload, reliable, affordable, and clean power that our province will need for the next 25 years, because our government, under our Premier's leadership, is about thinking about tomorrow, planning for a long-term vision for energy security for our province and country. And that's what we're here to do today. Put money in your pocket, save energy in the grid, the win-win outcome we want to achieve in Ontario for our families and for our businesses. And so with these transformative investments and the long-term thinking, we're building an electricity system that will benefit the families of our province for generations to come. And with that, I want to turn it over to Mike Holmes for more. Thanks so much, everyone.
I'm excited about this, thank you. And I got to tell you, for years, I have been telling everyone out there, we need to work from the outside in if you're going to renovate your home, not the inside out. Stop working on the kitchen, the bathroom. Concentrate on the envelope, the insulation. So I'm really excited about this. Think of your attic space as the blanket on the bed. Most of us, have you ever been in your attic? That's a great question. You have about this much insulation, maybe this much. I want to see a 1-inch butter coated 2-pound spray foam and then 30 to 36 inches of blown-in cellulose. That blanket on the bed will save the energy from stack effect of heat being pulled out of your home. One simple thing. I'm excited about this solar battery backup system. We've come a long way. In the last 10 years, we can easily put 80K of backup power in our home from simple solar panels, not a lot of solar panels, and actually run your home. This will save the environment. I'm about healthy. I'm about doing things right the first time. So once again, Minister, I think we're stepping in the right direction of helping homeowners do it right the first time. A benefit to get better windows, not just save $100 on windows, better windows, better insulation, and better systems that make it in place. Thank you. Let's keep making it right. Sam, thank you.
Thank you, Mike, and thank you for sharing a little bit about what today's announcement means. And it is great news to be here today. And beautiful Scarborough, Agincourt, Aris, thank you so much for your welcome. You know, today is an important milestone for the energy sector as a whole, but also for families, businesses, and communities across this province. Today's policy is really an idea that is driven not by ideology, but is being focused on practical, level-headed solutions and prioritizes affordability as we expand Ontario's clean energy advantage. We're focused on solutions that support economic growth, secure reliable power for the future, and deliver real benefits on the ground, because that's what the Premier and Minister Lecce care about. And that's exactly what our investments in energy efficiency programs are designed to deliver. Savings and benefits for families and small businesses, both in the short term by helping with that upfront cost, but also in the long term by helping people save on their energy bill and save ratepayers across this province. Now, the updated energy efficiency framework has 14 targeted programs. It provides practical solutions that will help almost anyone you could think of. Families, small businesses, and communities reduce energy use, lower their costs, and support Ontario's long-term energy needs. Now, the new and expanded programming is going to help mitigate the demand placed on Ontario's grid by the equivalent of about 3 million homes. That's massive. It's going to help offset that need for expensive electricity infrastructure like wires and poles. And it's going to help small businesses keep more money in their pockets by achieving more savings on their energy bills while reinvesting in what matters most. Now, a new program that's under this suite of programs is the new Perks program for small business. It has financial incentives in exchange for businesses reducing their heating and cooling usage during periods of peak demand. This will ensure that popular programs which help job creators reduce their energy use and save money continue on. And the new framework will also include the continuation of the retrofit program, which was aimed at businesses and larger institutions such as hospitals, schools, arenas, and municipalities. Now, under this program, applicants can receive financial support to replace existing lighting, HVAC equipment, and manufacturing equipment with newer, more energy-efficient models. This will also support the small business program, which offers targeted support to some of our most important employers, those small businesses with 50 employees or fewer. And we're going to hear from Ryan from the CFIB about how important this is for small businesses. To help support lighting upgrades that save energy and money, we're also providing incentives of up to $3,000 per business. That's real money back in your pocket. To support other upgrades, including more efficient chillers, smart thermostats, and more, we're offering additional incentives of up to $2,500. We know that small businesses power local communities, they create jobs, and they drive innovation. We see that every single day. And by helping them save money, Premier Ford and Minister Lecce are bringing forward policies that will enable them to reinvest in their operations, hire more employees, and contribute to economic growth. So we're going to back our businesses by making it easier to succeed. We're committed to solutions that drive growth and reduce emissions, and we don't need a punitive measure like the federal carbon tax to do that. It's through programs like this that help reduce demand on our grid, that prove it's possible to lower emissions and energy costs while keeping Ontario competitive and affordable for families and businesses alike. By locking in 12 years of this new programming now, we're going to give communities and businesses the certainty they need to plan ahead and make the most of Ontario's clean energy advantage. And that's a huge win for our energy system as a whole and our province's economy. Small businesses are not only a pillar of our economy, they're a cornerstone of our community. We know they do so much, and we're so grateful for that work. Now, we're committed to supporting them. They're committed to supporting entrepreneurs and risk takers like those in my own family and those in our communities who invest in their communities. They expand opportunity, they drive progress across Ontario, and employ neighbours in communities large and small. And this framework is one way that our government is committed to having your back, providing certainty on your monthly energy bills, and offering options that suit you best. So with today's announcement, we're giving more choice, more money back in their pockets, and ensuring we have a clean electricity grid for many, many years to come. Now, to speak a bit more about what this means for small businesses, I'd like to invite Ryan from the CFIB to the podium. Welcome, Ryan.
Very much. Thank you very much, Sam, Minister Lecce. I'm Ryan Mallow. I'm with the Canadian Federation of Independent Business, and I'm thrilled to be here to support an Ontario government announcement that is going to help small businesses across the province. Many will benefit from the new small business version of the Residential Peak Perks program, which will help manage energy use during high-demand periods. Others will benefit from the continued Save on Energy programs, including helps with costs around lighting and refrigeration upgrades, as well as smart thermostats. Today's announcement comes at an extremely welcome time. Many Ontario small businesses have continued to struggle with ever-increasing cost pressures like high inflation and carbon tax hikes, as well as low consumer demand and several supply chain challenges. Every dollar that a small business saves is a dollar that can be reinvested back into the business, whether that's paying down debt, investing into employees, or expanding their operations. Today's announcement also provides several new business opportunities for Ontario's entrepreneurs. The new Home Renovation Savings Program will create jobs for small contractors, electricians, and HVAC installers, offering energy-efficient renovations and improvements to homeowners. And businesses of all sizes, including greenhouses providing food, will benefit from the continued retrofit program. On behalf of our 38,000 members in Ontario, I thank Minister Lecce, Minister Oosterhoff, and the Ontario government for continuing to help small businesses save on their energy costs today when they need it most, as well into the future. Thank you. Minister, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay.
We will now open up the floor to questions from the media. Please come up to the mic and state your name and outlet. As a reminder, it's one question and one follow-up. We'll start with our first reporter.
Okay.
Hi, it's Chris Rashowi from the Toronto Star.
Good morning.
Good morning. I was just wondering if you could talk a little bit about how much you expect this to save the average family. Is there going to be a maximum to the rebate?
So we know this is going to save $12 billion to the taxpayer and ratepayer of Ontario. For every dollar we're investing, we're getting a $2 return on that investment. For an average family, for example, if they're going to be investing in insulation upgrades, they could be getting up to $8,900 back, a third of that cost. For a heat pump, they could be getting up to $12,000 in a rebate. For solar and battery storage, up to $10,000 for that type of investment. And obviously air ceilings up to $250 plus another $100 for every new window and door that is eligible under the Save On program. So this is going to save families up to literally tens of thousands of dollars of money back in their pockets. This is I think another example of how the Premier and our government is reinvesting in the people of Ontario by making life affordable. This is also in addition to the 10 cents reduction to the gas tax. It's all about making life affordable while the federal Liberal carbon tax continues to increase. And so I think this is an important step forward. It's going to empower families to invest in their homes, reduce their bills, and ultimately help save the grid, the equivalent of 3 million homes that we're taking off that peak demand that's now being relayed back to the Ontario families. So it's a great outcome for everyone.
I also wanted to ask about the ongoing threat of tariffs from the U.S. Could you talk a little bit about what your efforts to avoid this have looked like? Have you been meeting with U.S. counterparts? And is cutting off energy still a possibility?
We're 14 days away from President-elect Trump's inauguration, and we want and urge the federal government to get on with the execution of a credible plan at the border and likewise to increase defense spending to avert a tariff. It is our position and that of many others across the country that it will be a failure and abdication of federal leadership if they cannot get the president-elect to remove the threat of a tariff before he's inaugurated. Now, if a tariff is to be imposed on the people of Ontario and Canadians, then the Premier's position is we must respond, retaliate with a strong set of tools to maximize pressure on the American consumer and on the American electorate. We don't want to do that. In fact, our vision for energy is to export more clean, affordable energy into the U.S. market. We have been meeting, to your question, with secretaries of energy from New York State, meetings forthcoming in Michigan, and a series of secretaries as well as congressional leaders and governors, all with the vision to send more of our clean energy advantage and our nuclear energy into the U.S. market. So while we hope to avert these tariffs, should the federal government step up with that credible plan, if they don't, then yes, we're going to be prepared to respond with a strong set of retaliations that our position is will have impact on the American consumer. It will reaffirm the point that this will hurt American consumers, likewise Canadian consumers, and it is in both interests to think of a can or a am-can relationship where we secure our borders and we build a prosperous continental approach to energy security.
Hi, Minister. I think back there somewhere. It's Lane Harrison, CBC News.
Hi there.
It seems like this program, is bringing back the Green On program that your government canceled in 2019, I believe it was. So can you explain specifically kind of what's different about this, why you wanted to bring these incentives back now in this way?
Well, first of all, this is a very different program than what we've seen in the past. I mean, keep in mind, the former Liberals only allowed families that about 30% of Ontario families were eligible for any form of energy efficiency programming in the past. Under the Affordable Energy Act, we have expanded eligibility. So now today, every family, irrespective of the source of energy they use to heat their homes, electricity or otherwise, are now eligible. So going from 30 to 100%, going from a 4-year outlook under the former Liberals was very short term. And the families of this province were clear to us. They want a long-term, predictable framework on how they could reinvest in their homes to reduce their bills. And so we've announced a 12-year outlook, a 12-year commitment going from $300 million annually under the former approach to $900 million today under our Premier's vision. And so a lot is different. We also are in a different world where we need to save energy. We're not producing excess energy as governments of the past were. We actually need the energy for our own domestic economic needs because even in this store right now, it's bustling. Like the economy, there's still growth taking hold in our province. And so we want to be ready for that, which is why saving energy in addition to generating energy is going to be fundamental to our vision for abundant, reliable, and yes, affordable energy for Ontario families for the next 25 years. I think the fundamental differentiator between the past, the former Liberals, and our government is that we're actually looking and thinking about tomorrow. The Affordable Energy Act now requires by law that governments build an integrated long-term energy plans that are thinking about the next 25 years so that our children have abundant, reliable, clean, affordable energy, and that we're thinking through a long-term approach, not short-sighted, siloed, disjointed decision-making that was done in the back of a paper napkin, purchasing energy 10 times the market when the former government was buying energy at contracts at 80 cents a kilowatt hour, and they could have purchased energy at 9 or 10 or 11 cents a kilowatt hour. So the Premier's number one priority is affordability. This is long-term in scope. It expands it to every family. We're literally taking the equivalent of 3 million homes off the grid because of this investment, and we're proud of it.
My second question is for Sam. When you were speaking earlier, you said that this policy isn't driven by ideology. I'm curious, why did you use the word ideology, and what are you alluding to when you say that?
Yeah, I think it's the same undertone that we've seen from the federal Liberal government. They believe that the government has to come in and tell people what to do. They believe that putting on a punitive carbon tax that's harmful to everyday choices that people have to make, whether it's driving their kids to hockey, whether it's going and purchasing gas to fill up their car to be able to go to work, whether it's purchasing groceries. Our government has taken an approach to energy across the board that's really driven by a practical solution to the challenges facing the people of this province. And number one, it's been driven by affordability. We have a very practical plan that's laid out today that's going to put money back into the pockets of the hardworking people of this province, simultaneously saving them money and also reducing emissions, making them more energy efficient and helping to reduce emissions across the province. And that's, I think, emblematic of an approach that Premier Ford and Minister Lecce have demonstrated to the people of this province, that we can do both. We can be good stewards of our environment and good stewards of ensuring that we're putting money back into the pockets of the people, as opposed to a contrast with what we've seen from both the federal Liberals and from Bonnie Crombie, who has supported a carbon tax throughout her career.
Minister, Jamie with City TV.
Hey, Jamie.
Minister, you said you have tactics that will react to the tariffs. What are put a fine point on those tactics that you're going to use to fight the tariffs?
The Premier has been clear. The priority is to avert a tariff should the federal government demonstrate and produce a credible plan to the incoming administration. That is the job of the federal government, to secure our borders, to invest in the military, and to build a collaborative relationship with the democratically elected government of America. And so we need them to do their job, because we believe we should be able to avert the tariffs if we secure the borders and increase military defense spending, which are the two primary concerns. Now, today, the Premier announced an investment, part of a broader operation to secure the border by delivering 200 additional police and law enforcement to the borders, new drones, new helicopters, and more technology being used to ultimately detect and deter the illegal smuggling of drugs and illicit drugs and illegal border crossings. That is the Premier of Ontario again stepping up to fill a void in the nation. But having said that, should we need to respond, we will be ready, and those details will be forthcoming. The priority between now and the day of inauguration, in the next 14 days, is to work with and emphasize to the Prime Minister and to the federal government to do their job, get on the phone, and build and ultimately deliver a plan to the U.S. that's going to help resolve this problem. We should not have a 25% tariff that would have detrimental impacts to both Americans and Canadian consumers and workers. Our economies are integrated. We have billions of dollars of trade moving every day. It is the closest relationship. And so our strong position is we actually want to enhance that relationship. We want to send more energy, not less of it, into the U.S. We want to send more goods, and we ultimately want to avert the backdoor that is Mexico, that is allowing Chinese products to be dumped at a cheap rate with a Mexico label and then sent into the North American market. That undermines Ontario consumers and workers just like it does in America. We have the same objective when it comes to securing our borders, and we want the feds to do their job.
I understand that, but I was looking for more of from the Minister of Energy, what tactics he had in your, or what arrows you had in your quiver to fight the 25% tariff. But that's, I don't want to burn my second
fair
question.
enough.
But I would love to hear that answer.
Okay.
The next thing is, whenever you talk about home renovations, there's a guy right beside you that may want to add to this. What are you doing to make sure that these rebates go to people that a licensed electrician is putting in the batteries, a licensed HVAC guy is, or HVAC person is dealing with the air conditioning,
it's
or
a good
licensed refrigeration guy is putting in these licensed refrigeration person is putting in a heat pump. What are you doing to make sure that that's happening and that there's not people out there going, oh, there's a gold mine in those hills and I've got a handful of drywall screws and a hole saw and I can put it in for you?
Yeah, no, it's a really important question. So under Save On, there's clear eligibility requirements to ensure the integrity of the people doing the work and even of the materials that are being used in your home. So that Save On label, that stamp of approval, all of that is now available for families to check, to go online at saveonenergy.ca, and they're now going to be able to see with clarity what is and what is not eligible, and the type of professionals and skilled workers that are able to put it into people's homes. We do agree. We want to avert that, and our program actually has a clear mitigation strategy to ensure only qualified professionals and skilled workers are able to do the work. Okay? Thank you, Jamie.
Okay, this concludes our press conference. Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Okay, thank you all. Thanks so much.